have the opportunity, the 60th, which is next year, 2018, I'm definitely going to be there.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
I think I would go if I had the opportunity.
We're going. Let's say that. We're going. We're going to the Grammys. Let's say it. Why not?
We just made plans.
We're going to the Grammys next year, 60th Grammys. Rise and Shine 209
I'm not
crew
apprehensive about it.
is going. And you have the opportunity. You just have to get to LA. All the other stuff is politics. We can get in. We might not be able to get into the main show or the main pre-party, but we can go to the Grammys, at least get to the red carpet.
Hey, depends on how famous we can get over the next
What do you
12
mean?
months.
We already are. Come on. You're London. That's Alex. I'm Miz J.
Don't they know who we are?
Don't they know? If they didn't, now they do.
Well, now they do.
Yeah.
You going, Alex?
Alex going. Yes.
You come all sauced up.
Alex is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to. we might have to.
He said Sanaa Lathan might be there. I gotta go.
Yes,
Yeah.
we might have to.
You're right in my brain, friend. You're right in my brain.
We might have to get some security around us. Ward off all the flies swarming. The bees.
Hey, you bring it out with the honey, right?
Mentioning honey and bees, Beyonce. Her performance has gotten a lot of yes, she got a lot of coverage, which I think is a bunch of bull hockey.
Like a lot of
She
bad
got a bunch
stuff?
of coverage.
Yeah, she got a lot of bad stuff, a lot of flack.
Why?
For me, I just believe it's back to the popular thing, to where you have these religious people thinking everything she does is spiritual or satanic, and the whole Illuminati thing.
What?
She did perform in a spiritual manner. She is pregnant with twins. Congratulations. That was already a big fiasco. So everybody was anticipating her performance, if she was going to show her belly and do the reveal like she did when she was pregnant with Blue Ivy. She's pregnant with twins, and she came out as a goddess, and she did this virtual performance where it was like the screen and her live. And then she performed from her Lemonade album. I forget which track it was, but if you've listened to the full video or seen it, you already know where she's coming from, the story behind it, and what it means. I don't see anything satanic about it. I've seen a few of my friends on Facebook. Well, the image that she's portraying, maybe we could share it. I'll share it. I'll find it and then share it on our page. But the image she portraying is a goddess.
A specific goddess, or
yes,
just a goddess in herself?
A specific goddess. I don't know how to say a name. Oshea, Oshea, I believe. I think I'm O'Shea, but I think I'm spelling it wrong. But I'll post it later. And the representation of that goddess and who the goddess represents, more so Christians, or, people of a religious faith, are saying that, that is a seductive goddess, a Jezebel, and all things negative. But then in the other side, they're saying, this was a woman, a goddess that represents fertility and all these great things. And she did it on purpose because of the song, what the song is about. And the song is about womanhood, about rebirthing, about the strength of a woman, about overcoming adversity. And so because of all of this coverage and this flack, people are totally missing the whole message of the song and what she wanted to do with it and why.
That sounds extremely familiar to a lot of other situations.
Right. So I'm like, leave her alone. Like, come on. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Christians are the first ones to crucify women for being sexual in their nature.
Okay, so here we go again with the original. And I'm not in any way bashing any Christians. I'm talking about those people that are out there bashing. So Pastor Shirley Caesar is getting some flack at the Grammys as well.
I don't know who that is.
The beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, that whole song that went out. The original song was by Pastor Shirley Caesar that was made.
Was it an original song?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a song?
Yeah, no, it was an original song they cut and used. And so Pastor Shirley Caesar is the artist.
But when she was saying it,
yes, she was. Yes,
gotcha.
that was a part of the song. Yeah. She actually said it that way too.
Okay. Well, yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Yeah. So she got a lot of flack for what she wore on the red carpet. She is, I know, well into her 70s. And she had what is called a sweetheart neckline, which is kind of plunged to show some cleavage. And even though the black part of the dress showed cleavage, the top part had mesh or net. But there were a lot of people giving her flack about what she wore. because they're saying it wasn't modest enough. It wasn't representing what Christians should wear. And she's a pastor and she's an older lady. And I think she looked great, very tasteful. She didn't show any side boob. It was just, she showed a lot of skin up top. And me as a woman, I can't hide, you know, that's why I wear jackets and blazers a lot. You know, I'm a bit busty. So some things I just can't help. I'm not going to get, you know, surgery. So no matter what I wear, I remember, this is a sidebar. We're going to get back to the Grammys.
That's fine.
But I remember for the first time ever in San Joaquin County, the Human Services Agency or the Welfare Office has a dress code. And so they were saying, you know, what shirts are appropriate and what's inappropriate. So they were saying, okay, well, turtlenecks are okay. But even for me as a busty woman, if I wear a turtleneck, it's going to look a certain way. It's actually going to accentuate my breasts more so than hide them.
It's gonna be tight.
Right. So it's like if I wear a turtleneck or a crew neck or a V-neck, because of the way that I'm built, it's going to look different than women who are not as endowed as I am. Mm-hmm. So the same thing with, you know, Pastor Shirley Caesar wearing that dress. It didn't show anything but that she has a little bit more up top.
Yeah.
And as an older woman, I believe it was very tasteful. But, you know, it just goes to show no matter what you do, everybody's not going to be happy for you. And somebody's going to find something wrong to say. But I'm excited about the Grammys and the winners. I know you have a story about Adele. Mm-hmm. Well, she won a lot of awards for the Grammy. She got Album of the Year.
That album came out last year?
In 2016? I thought it came out 2015. We'll have to look up.
Yeah. Because how was it Album of the Year? And so I was surprised when I saw that she won that. Not because I don't think she's amazing, that she's someone who shouldn't be considered for it. But I just thought that it came out earlier.
But I think it's awesome that she got that over Beyonce's Lemonade. Mm-hmm. I mean, the Beehive is great, and just the backing alone.
Okay, so let's pause here.
Okay.
So we talked about how Adele won Album of the Year. Now let's cut in, if we can do that real fast. Are we ready for that? To go into her acceptance speech for this award.
Okay.
And we'll just take that and see where she's at.
So we're going to have a little technical setup from the Grammys.
No, that's good. We should be coming right now.
All right.
I can't possibly accept this award, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful and gracious, but my artist of my life is Beyonce, and this album for me, the Lemonade album, was just so monumental. Beyonce, it was so monumental and so well thought out and so beautiful and soul-bearing, and we all got to see another side to you that you don't always let us see, and we appreciate that. And all us artists here, we adore you. You are our light. And the way that you make me and my friends feel, the way you make my black friends feel, is empowering, and you make them stand up for themselves. And I love you. I always have, and I always will.
And so that was her.
Wow.
That was her response, her acceptance speech to winning Album of the Year.
Wow. And
so, it's funny that what you said, you thought it was funny. Adele thought that it was funny too.
Yeah. Wow. That speech, that says a lot.
Yeah.
That says a lot, because that's exactly
how I felt. To go up there and basically say that this is not my award. Yeah.
I mean, but even considering the longevity and their age, I mean, Beyonce and Adele is much younger. Adele, she hasn't even reached 30 yet. You know, Beyonce
she's
is
25,
I think just
26.
35 now, because we're about the same age. She's like a year older than me. It didn't shock me, though, because I will say this to educate people on industry stuff. The Grammy Awards is not a People's Choice Awards. There is a board, a Grammy board, who actually votes or elects the nominees. Now, there are certain criteria that you have to be able to qualify to even, get in front of the board to be elected or nominated, which is a great honor, because the board is a collection of big time music moguls and producers and all these bigwigs in the industry. So even to be nominated is a big deal, but people don't understand that it's not a People's Choice Award. So yes, your album sales and iTunes downloads does affect it. The people and the popularity does not necessarily have the final say when it comes to the Grammy winner. So it wasn't a shock to me, but yeah, I felt the same way Adele did, so.
The winner of the award.
Yeah, the winner of the award. So the Grammys.
I don't like committees.
Yeah.
I don't like committees deciding stuff.
Yeah.
I almost didn't say stuff.
Yeah. But the Grammys was great.
They're so biased.
Yeah.
In their ways.
Yeah.
Just to give an example, I know that you're not a sports person. But
I mean, I enjoy sports. I'm just not. Yeah.
So I'm sure you know who Terrell Owens is. You know Terrell Owens.
T.O.
Terrell Owens he's not arguably one of the best receivers of all time. He is one of the best receivers. I think if you were to put him up there, he'd be third.
Okay.
All time, behind only Randy Moss and the great Jerry Rice.
Oh wow. Okay. I know those names.
And he has the stats. He has the yards. He played a Super Bowl with a broken leg, and still went for over 125 yards.
Wow.
They ended up losing the game, but he had a broken leg in that game, and he played. And he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's had 2 opportunities so far. This is the second opportunity. He didn't get voted in last year, and then he didn't get voted in this year. And they say it's a character thing. No one really likes him because of his on the field antics.
Oh.
Which the main argument is, if the numbers are there, then the numbers are there. It's not a character it's a merit based achievement. And there are guys who are it's simple like this. Terrell Owens never had any off the field problems. Ever. He doesn't have a rap sheet. He's never been arrested. He's never hit anybody, a wife, he's never gotten in a fight. Nothing. He has no off the field problems. His life is his life. He's had football things, right? And nothing really bad. He's just a diva. He's an emotional diva who does a lot.
Wants the ball all the time.
He wants the ball all the time. He wants to be the center of attention.
Yeah.
That's just the kind of player he is. And he's like that. He's like that way for the same way a lot of other receivers are.
Most of the receivers are divas.
Yeah. And
especially
so
the good ones.
And so he's good. Look at Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's who Terrell Owens. And so the only reason why, logically, if you were then going to not vote him in, is because you don't like him and what he did on.
And that's what happens a lot of times in the industry.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying with these boards and voting, and it's politics. Like we talked about that in another show. There's politics in almost everything. Well, I would say, I'll be bold enough to say there's politics in everything.
Yeah.
And the same with the Grammys. So there were some people that were like, what? How's Adele winning all this other type of stuff? And it's all of it mixed in and influences it. But one moment that I'm proud of is the Chance the Rapper.
Yes, I heard he won a lot.
Chance the Rapper won a list of awards as well. He was like the highlight.
Did you see the Michael Jordan picture?
I did not.
It was like it was like you've seen the iconic picture of Michael Jordan holding the Larry O'Brien trophy, kissing it.
Yeah.
So it was a picture of Chance the Rapper with his hat on in a Bulls jersey, holding a bunch of Grammy awards, looking down at them, kissing them, like Michael Jordan. Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, "What am I looking at? Like, what's?"
I believe he deserved it. I love those type of stories with the underdog rising to the top, but I like the mystery of it all because it's kind of like, I don't even want to say unsung, the ignored artist that pops up like bam and slaps people because nobody really paid attention to Chance the Rapper that much. I mean, if you think about how long he's been in the industry and how much work he's put in it, then you can understand how he can get nominated for these awards and what he does. But for the popular vote And for the people, nobody really paid attention to Chance the Rapper until he started making appearances on SNL, Saturday Night Live, and these type of things. And you kind of get his name in your ear and say, oh, okay. But to say you know a Chance the Rapper song, I doubt there's many people out there that can say that. And then he does these great things at the Grammys. He's mixing, blending genres. The most controversial thing to do is to get hip hop and gospel together. And he's done it effortlessly and done it in such a way that I'll be bold enough to say most people that listen to Chance the Rapper or have watched him enjoyed it. Whether you like gospel or whether you like hip hop. I mean, he really became that type of martyr type person to say, I'll be the one to do it. We have the Lecrae's, we have, all these other, positive, and even Common. Common is a very well-known, I love Common as a hip hop artist. But he has not broken those barriers and crossed the lines between gospel and hip hop the way Chance the Rapper has. And so for him to be able to do that in such a time as this, I think it was perfect timing. I think it was great planning on his part, his management and his team. And I believe every award that he got, he deserved it. Adele, I'm a great fan. I believe that's more, political. She has amazing talent. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you can never deny that.
But like she said, against Beyonce's Lemonade and the Beehive, come on. But, I think it's great to hear us watching online. Yes, the guy who did the Kit Kat commercial. Chance the Rapper did a Kit Kat commercial. But see, that even proves like most people don't know.
He's not. I don't want to say he's not mainstream.
Yeah, but he's not mainstream. But I think he really was able to sneak his way in, and I think that's brilliant. That type of stuff gets me excited about the music.
What's his album?
I don't even know the name of his album.
In the face of what everybody kind of doing the same kind of rap style right now.
Oh God, yeah.
Because it is like a breath of fresh air.
Let me say that too. Here's my industry rant. Missy Elliott has come out with a new album, and I put Missy at the top for female rappers.
Okay.
But her single she just came out with sounds like everybody. If it wasn't for the video being amazingly, typically Missy pushing the envelope, if I just heard it on the radio, I honestly was disappointed.
But I thought she did it because everybody was doing it.
Even if it was like a kick in the face type thing, I can do it too. I was here for but that's all you've been doing, Missy. Like since high school is you think you got it, but I'm the best rapper. Okay, well then show that we don't need that single. And because it's Missy, she's due everything. Don't get me wrong. Missy can sing the ABCs and rap it, and I'll be excited about it. But with this single and anticipation of more music coming from the Missy Elliott, I expected like a Busta Rhymes type of bust, like a hoo-ha in your face type thing versus I'm just going to rap it the same way, which lets me know like, Missy, you're smart. Like you want to stick into the times because you have a comeback. You want to make sure that you're staying, but you're not going to push the envelope like you did before. Because when Missy first came out, she did stuff that was never heard before. And that's why I grew to love Missy Elliott. And so she kind of, she played into it in a marketing thing.
I want to,
but I was disappointed.
I want to hear the rest of the album.
I do too.
It could be just a grab for attention.
Yeah, it could be just a single, but knowing the politics, I'm just like, it's Missy Elliott. It's kind of like Beyonce. The Lemonade album, in my opinion, is not the best album ever, but for that year, I would give her album of the year. But regardless of what Beyonce put out, because she's Beyonce, she's gonna succeed. So the same thing with Missy Elliott. If she pushed the envelope or not, Missy Elliott's gonna succeed because she's Missy. And my personal, I believe, yes, that was great politically, marketing wise, but I think she should have.
As a Missy fan, like, oh, come on.
Who are some artists that you used to like that you don't like anymore?
Oh, that's hard because we came from there's a lot of them that are dead and gone, unsung.
Well, not like they just don't make music anymore.
Oh, that I don't
but
like
people
anymore.
So for example, my example would be Usher. Because I really like Usher's older stuff. I think the last full album of Usher's that I really actually enjoyed was Confessions.
That was the last time you liked an Usher album?
There are songs on other albums that I liked. Like I liked Climax.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another one, but he was not the same. His music
True.
is his music,
I will give you that.
His music is not the same. His music sounds like everything else now. Like, I'm sorry.
Well, but back then I felt the same way. I felt like Usher was not a trendsetter to me when he came out.
No, he was just jumping in the lane.
Yeah, I don't think Usher had anything different. So for him, yeah, I don't think Usher did anything different.
Do you like Usher?
Times. I like Usher, but I don't think he was out of the box.
I don't
artist
listen to a lot of
mainstream
music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even right now, I listen to a lot of reggae. You don't hear that a lot on the radio.
I don't know.
But the reggae station on the XM in the car, I like that station. Like that?
So I don't really know a lot of Usher music.
Yeah.
Only what I hear on the radio. Like the last song I heard was No Limit. And I thought it was okay until I saw that Young Thug was on it.
This is a newer song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't even bother listening to that.
I love the No Limit.
I like
the latest stuff that came out and Missing
references.
You and
It's talking about.
Oh my gosh! I think now Usher has more of leverage because of his longevity and versatility with being able to do hip hop and like that sweet baby R&B. Like Usher can still beg right now, but do like a waterfall and then sock you in your face, and you're still like, oh, I love Usher. But he's always been that way.
And that could be why he's doing different things because
But I don't think he's ever been a one that's like out of the box to do something.
Well,
different.
that's fine.
I think your opinion about him is what I kind of expected. Is like he's gonna do the same thing that's out there right now, just do it in an Usher way.
I guess.
Which works for him.
He did.
Goat.
He got on.
I'm not someone. I'm also not someone who's gonna be in terms of people who are famous.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I hate that guy.
Oh no.
Oh, I can't stand that guy.
We wouldn't be friends then.
And
Alex is like, yes.
like very,
stand Lil Yachty.
like very rarely.
Do
I have that opinion of anybody? Yeah. And maybe my taste isn't is undiscriminating, but I mean, I know what I like, and I listen to what I'm attracted, obviously, to what I like, and obviously I like some things more than others. But let's take a guy like Justin Bieber, right? Right. Well, hey, it's perfect because he's connected to Usher.
Yeah.
Right. And so, Justin Bieber, when he was starting out, obviously he had his little niche of fans, little teenage Beanie Bopper girls. They loved him. And now he's kind of coming more into his what'd you say?
Believers.
Well now you have believers because now you have people. He's expanded his range in terms of what he can do. Therefore, he's expanded his range of his musical constituents and people who want to listen to him. Right? People on a larger scale like him more than they did when he was a kid. Right? But even when he was a kid, I didn't dislike him. Yeah, people were, I can't stand Justin Bieber. That kid, he sucks. He's awful.
I've heard that. He got a lot of,
it's like, to me, it's like, dude, that kid is famous because of his talent.
Yeah.
Like, that kid, you know who that kid is.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm not saying that, he's like the holy grail and the pinnacle of talent, or anyone that we talk about like that is the holy grail pinnacle of talent. But he's doing something with his life. Yeah. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't.
I'm not saying that you shouldn't criticize someone. I'm not saying that you shouldn't critique things. Right? I just don't think
you should go that far.
That we should go to like a tall poppy syndrome sort of mindset where it's like, I just don't like this person. I just can't stand this person. I feel like I hate this person because I can't stand their music.
He's talking about like the strong feelings.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like him. It's like, well, you don't know.
And that's what
I don't. Okay, when I say I don't like somebody, it's really about their music.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what they're just wording it wrong. Because I can't imagine people actually. Well, that's wrong. We've seen crazy fans go out there and harm artists before. So
shout out to Christina Grimmie.
My real issues right now with any artist, I guess, would be with the rap game and these mumble rappers. And when I say I hate them, it's really I'm starting to hate them. Not in the sense like I want to do harm, but it's just a mixture of things, and it's the mumbling, it's the you say you're a rapper, but you don't care about lyrical content, and
Right.
it's not that serious to you, and it's trying to change the game, but don't have anything that you're changing to that makes sense. And so yeah, you are famous, but it's not good music.
But see, then you are a lot like most industry professionals that don't like where the industry is going right now. Because honestly, it really is just you're seeing the opportunist versus the artist. And that's the way the industry has split. Mm-hmm. We have artists who aren't getting what they deserve, and then you have opportunists who are kind of mucking up the pool, you know? And a lot of those artists like Young Yeti and all these other names.
Kodak Black.
And all these names that don't even make any sense. They're to me, and I'm going to say it, Miz J says they're opportunists. But it wouldn't be an avenue for them or an opportunity for them to be in that position if the listeners or this generation of music buyers weren't feeding into it. So it's more of the lifestyle, what they put out, and it's all marketing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It comes back to the industry. It's really not the people.
Right.
Because at some certain point, things were taken away. What happened to all the conscious rap that was mainstream, and there were different avenues. Now everything is starting to be grouped into one or two different categories. Yeah. And either you do that or you don't, or you just be independent.
Yeah. And that's really what's happening right now in the industry. It happened about a decade ago, really big booming. There's always been the indie or independent artist versus the commercial or mainstream artist, or the big contracts or what have you. Mm-hmm. But I would mark it at a good decade ago, where it really was a major split, where you can definitely see the tug of war with royalties and production rights and all this, with artists that have these major names that are saying, you know what, I don't want to go there. I don't want to have to agree to this. So I'm being independent. And then them starting their own labels, having their own artists. And now there's like this war of who's going to be more popular. And then that's when, right. And that's when you just throw in whomever to try to mess up the pool. And that's really all that they are doing. They're just messing up the pool.
And I look, I could be, looking at this totally different, but I look at it on a bigger picture when I look at how the industry has changed. Like who's gaining from the changes of the industry?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know these kids are getting money and they're all flashy and stuff like that, but that's always been.
Yeah.
What's the message that these industry folks are putting out there on a mass scale? And it's basically the same thing. Drugs, unrealistic ideas, and that's what's being pushed. Everything else is being pushed out. So when you only have that category, after a while, you end up listening to it if you don't know different.
Right.
And that's what it is. They don't want the conscious rap and all that stuff, the more empowerment and all this stuff that was going on back when we were growing up in the 90s and early 2000s. Now it's, Scissor and Molly and all this nonsense. That's what they want to feed the youth.
Yeah.
They don't want the other. And as long as they get that and see these guys with chains and gold teeth, they'll follow that regardless of what they're saying.
And you have to, and here comes the politics again. You have to get into who's paying for it.
Exactly.
And most of the children that are not benefiting from it aren't the ones that's paying for it.
Yep.
Industry statistics will show that most of the ones who are paying for this type of image are upper class children that come from very rich families. It's not the thugs that, that are made out to be thugs that are really paying for this stuff. It's really the rich boys that's trying to look like thugs, that are actually feeding the industry. So it's like this revolving door. It's like they're pumping in the money and we got to get where the money is. Because if we really get down to where the truth is, then we won't have the money or the lifestyles that we want. And that's where the entertainment comes in. So
that's exactly what it is. I mean, you used to, when you look at some of these artists, NWA was a problem for people when they first came out. Now, that's all they want to pump out. Yeah. They don't want the people that are striving to get out with the right things to say, the Chance the rappers. They don't want that. That's why he's doing it himself. When you look at, he's over here, everybody else is kind of over here. So he's fighting to get.
And so we've been talking about this. We talked about Beyonce. We talked about Adele. I had the Adele album just because I was able to burn it from someone who had the CD. But I don't usually buy CDs. I don't buy a lot of music. And so I decided, okay, if Adele's going to give this album an endorsement, I haven't listened to much of the Eliminate album, so I bought it just now on iTunes while we were on the show.
Oh, cool.
So then I went to go buy the Chance the Rapper album. Guess what's not on iTunes? Nothing Chance the Rapper is on iTunes.
Chance the Rapper,
Yeah, it's not
Nothing
popular. It's
nothing.
It's not the agenda that they want to push.
And so I've had to go to my Amazon Prime account, and it's on here.
Yeah.
Only streaming.
And he's still got all those awards.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it for me.
Because what you know, especially in the music, that the good music is going to be found and it's going to be played by those who really want the good music. And
you just have to, like I said, he's setting himself up as that martyr to say, you know what, I may not have all of this notoriety or fame or celebrity, but I still want to do what I know is right to do. And I love him for that. And so I have yet to even purchase his album, but I do support his cause and his movement. He will be an artist that I will be proud to invest in as far as purchasing albums and concert tickets. And it's great. I think it's great. And that's another reason why I love the Grammys, even though it is one of those award shows that you're kind of like, okay, you kind of get over it. I love to hear those stories and have those type of backgrounds and be in it. So 2018, I'm there. We're there.
We're going to take a quick break.
Break.
Got a message I want to read before we go to break. Message says Usher was our generation's Chris Brown. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. I would say that. Yeah, it was.
What?
Yeah, us 80s babies. Yeah. Usher was our generation Chris Brown. Yeah. I really cannot fight that.
It's hard to, right? That kind of hits it.
Yeah, it does.
All right, well, we'll be back.
You think Chris Brown is you think there's, I guess.
No, I wouldn't equal them completely.
Not like their personal lives.
Yeah.
And stuff
Oh yeah, I know that.
But as far as like,
I feel like Usher's
what Chris
bigger than
Brown
Chris Brown.
is to the 20s and under is really what he was.
They both
for
came
us.
out and had a album when they were kids.
And it was both the trying to sing and dance thing. They did the Sesame Street.
They both have a little Michael Jackson influence.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
He would. Yeah, because Chris Brown has really evolved.
Yeah.
More so than Usher has. Chris Brown is more the hardcore thug because of everything else outside. But yeah, I would say that. That's a good one. Whoever said that, yeah, shouts out to them. But we're going on break, right?
Yes. yes. We're going on break. KXVS, Rise and Shine 209 Morning Show. Alex.
London Mark.
And Miz J.
We'll be back after this.
Here at KXVS, broadcasting from Stone Tube Studios, is the voice of Stockton.
Ranger Station, Ranger speaking.
Hi, I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So that's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
Ha, so it was him.